The recent movie, The Sound of Freedom, is a little bit of a hot topic right now. It is a movie about child sex trafficking. But what does this have to do with adoption? So welcome back everyone to Creating an Adoptive Family. Thanks so much for joining us, anyone who might be joining us for the first time or anyone who is returning. So today I wanted to comment on the movie The Sound of Freedom. And this, I felt like it was a very important thing to comment on in relation to adoption. The movie, if you don't know, follows the career of Tim Ballard, and he's an ex-Navy SEAL, but he is now part of Operation Underground. He fights against child sex trafficking, and it doesn't have him specifically in the movie. There's an actor that plays the role that he does in the movie, but within the movie there are a lot of things that happen specifically in Colombia in regards to this subject. And in one of the Facebook groups that I am a part of, the comment was made, well, just the question was asked if, people were going to go see it, that, part of the movie takes place in Colombia. And some of the response that came back was that, they didn't feel like it was appropriate to talk about the movie just because it takes place in Colombia, that they didn't want to cast negative shadows on adoption or adoption from Colombia, or, bring up that subject, like that becomes the main topic, is talking about sex trafficking in Colombia. And I felt like I made the comment on the post, and I feel like it's important to comment on that here. That, it's a super tough movie, and a lot of people don't want to know about it or recognize that it's happening, but these are real things that are happening across the entire world. And unfortunately, many of our children that we have adopted, whether they be from Colombia or other countries, some of them have experienced, like they came from that situation, or they saw or experienced it even secondhand. And, me and my husband, we had discussed going to see the movie, and we talked about it with our children. And our daughter, she said she absolutely did not want to go see it. That was the life that she came from. Now, she was not part specifically of child sex trafficking, but she saw those kinds of things happening. And the foundation she was in, there were children that came from that kind of situation. And so, the idea of her sitting and watching something that she had already essentially lived through to some degree was not at all appealing to her. It's important that we know as parents that this is real. It's also important to know that, that report that we get from Colombia that has their information in it, or the report that we get from other countries that has their information in it from, child social services in that country, whether it's called ICBF or whatever they call it in that country. Not everything is in that report. The things that the social workers are aware of is in that report, but there's a lot that's not. Our daughter has let us know of many things that happened that were not in her report. And we can't be blind to that. We also can't, I know sometimes adoptive parents will unfortunately get in the mindset that that was their past life, That was then, and this is now. And they don't take into account what happened then and who they were then and how that affects them now today, our children. And many of our children either experience things like that, they saw things like that happening, they had friends or family members that those kind of things happened to. We can't be blind to it. We need to understand that that is real and that it affects our children today. Even if they are happy, productive children right now, it is part of who they are intrinsically. And as they become adults, it can seriously affect them as they move into adulthood. So I just wanted to make that comment. That kind of thing should not be brushed over or overlooked. We need to know. We need to know where our children are coming from and the kind of lives that they experienced and that they saw. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. And please be sure, if these things are helpful to you, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff so we can be of help to more people out there. All right. Take care and see you next time. Bye.